Welcome back. President Trump firing up a crowd tonight in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, at his first rally since April when he marked his first 100 days in office. The theme, Make America Great Again, of course. He took the opportunity to thank his supporters and celebrate the big victories for Republicans in both Georgia and South Carolina last night.
It's always terrific to be able to leave that Washington swamp and spend time with the truly hard-working people. We call them American patriots, amazing people.
And then President Trump turned his sights to one of his favorite targets, the media.
But they built these studios, CNN. Whoop. Hey, the camera just went off. I can't imagine. It's covered live. The camera just went off. I can't imagine why. This phony NBC television network. They actually had one of the people say, you know, it was a little rainy last night. Maybe that was the difference in Karen's race. Can you believe that? But if she had lost, they would have been there for weeks talking about this. This would have been the greatest defeat in the history of American politics. When she won, when they said, projected winner is Karen Handel, then they said, we switch to another program.
Okay, so obviously the president feeling very good about his person in Georgia, Republican Karen Handel, winning yesterday after a lot of the mainstream media says it was very tight and this was the Democrats' chance to win. Pelosi, big boogeyman out there. I think Pelosi was rejected. I think she's the bigger foil than President Trump sometimes.
Yeah, the Dems tried to flip the seat and they ended up in the toilet, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the Dems made a big deal about this election, so you can't let them not make it a big deal now. You got to hold them to it. They said it was a referendum on Trump. No, it's a referendum on Dems, and you could say, okay, you need to go back to the drawing board, but even their drawing board is toxic. And here's why. They did a couple of things wrong. Number one, they relied on celebrities, especially annoying celebrities who are coming in and telling you how to live. That's not good. Also, you're calling your adversary names. We've learned that this doesn't work. You go on Twitter, there are people saying, vote Ossoff, don't be a bigot. Don't re-elect another bigot. They called the side bigots. That's also wrong. But the biggest thing that the Dems did, and I don't even want to tell them this because I don't want them to win, is that they traded life experience for identity. So if you had a man with experience, let's say in the military or in corporate world, but you had an undergraduate from Evergreen College. The undergraduate from Evergreen College would gain more respect, even though she or he doesn't have life experience, but has an identity. So a party that took identity and made that more important than life experience, ended up with an inexperienced candidate who's being pushed forward by a bunch of rich liberals from the left coast and the right coast, and this is what happened.
And it's exactly what happened. And tonight did not look to me, Dana, like a president in his 30s in an approval rating. I mean, he looked pretty fired up.
Short man in age.
No.
He felt like
look like he was very high energy.
Very happy, yes.
But, I mean, either the polls are fake or he's an unpopular president pushing a very popular agenda.
Well, he's certainly popular there and in the room, and they were smart, I think. He takes rare trips to states out in the Midwest that helped elect him, but when he does, the people show up and they're entertained and they're energized, and it further solidifies their support for him. Like, that support is not going to go anywhere. Everybody in that room will remember this night for the rest of their lives, and there's something special about that. President Obama had that ability. Bill Clinton had that ability. I would say that George W. Bush had it. Reagan had it. So it's special. Hillary Clinton never had that type of connection. The other thing about in a
she had
special
an internet
election,
connection.
she did, a private one. Another I think mistake that they made down in Georgia was that they took a district where Trump only won by 1 point, and other Republicans had won by a lot before. So they thought, aha, this is what we can do. So they send in somebody. But even if you're a Republican that didn't vote for Trump, or you reluctantly voted for Trump, that doesn't mean that 4 months later you're going to switch and vote for Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
That was, I think, a mistake that they made. And if you look, though, the Democrats have been smarter in other races. They are recruiting more moderate Democrats that are pro-Second Amendment, pro-business, pro-military, that they might have better luck in the districts where they might actually be able to win. This district wasn't one of them, and they wasted a lot of money.
So they're going more of the Republican messaging, and that's what I think is going to pay off, because people want some change. They want things to be handled in Washington the right way, and that's what President Trump has promised and delivered. Big mistake that the Democrats made, besides all the money that they dumped into Georgia, was nationalizing that race, making a referendum against Trump instead of making it about that district. Big mistake, and you would think that they would learn, but not so much, because every time they do the same thing and they fail miserably. And what we're seeing is it's just strengthening the base and the popularity of President Trump amongst his supporters. And that's why when you look at the polls, that he is in fact very strong with the people that supported him. He's got 96 to 97% of the people that cast a ballot and a vote for him, they would do it again with confidence. So now all he's got to do is get some other people over to his side. I don't think it's going to be that hard to do, because if he has strong job numbers and continues to improve the economy, voters will care about that.
Juan?
Well, I just think that's a fantasy. I mean, I think what happened in Georgia last night was that Republicans turned out in astounding numbers, according to all the political strategists. And what you see is party loyalty carrying the day. It wasn't a mistake for President Trump and the Republicans to nationalize the election, because all of a sudden, with ads about Scalise being shot or Kathy Griffin holding up the head, all of a sudden it was like time for Republicans to rally, even as Republican support for President Trump is going down. That's why he goes out. He goes to this kind of rally. He says, hey, look at all, show cameras, show these crowds. He's really talking to Republicans and saying, stay with me.
Pro-growth economy, he will succeed again.
That's right. It's about the economy, stupid. I think it was your guy that said that. Much